Hey guys, SFP here, and welcome to episode number 34 of my FIFA 15 DC United career mode. And we're about to start off the 2016 season, I want to say. And we have here our first game against the Vancouver Whitecaps, who, like I said previously, at the moment, they're the only MLS club that has their stadium on FIFA. And I believe this year Seattle will be added to that, at least for the MLS Cup, for the MLS teams. And like I said previously in my other episode, when I did the friendlies, so far the bump up to world class has been enlightening. It's been, how can I say this? It's been actually really challenging, I guess, for lack of a better word. But so far so good. I mean, the I managed to get a win. I lost one and I drew one, so at least it will be more of a variation, I hope, in what it comes to results based, I guess. And here we see the lineup for the Vancouver Whitecaps really quickly, and we see Rivero still up top, and Alstead is still a goalkeeper, which is good. Those two players are key for them, as of course is Pedro Morales, the Vancouver Whitecaps captain. Yeah, actually, this is the first time I've seen Kristen Dean. I believe he was the first or second. I believe he was second, actually, second overall pick for the Vancouver Whitecaps. He hasn't figured too much as of late, at least when it comes to the actual season for him. And I guess, since him being a Generation Adidas player, I guess it was quite a gamble having him on the team, and so I guess they're kind of easing him in on the starting lineup, so to speak. Anyways, we see here with Rivero getting the first opportunity. Luckily, he seems to be a little rusty here. So it's a good thing we actually caught him at the beginning of the season. And what a beautiful view there it is from BC Place there. And we're going to put it back in play. And here we're going to have a counterattack with Longo. Longo, who's been very exceptional in the friendlies. He's going to go by himself. He cuts in. He takes a shot, and it's unfortunately a little bit too wide, guys. But it was a nice opening statement there for Longo. And I'm hoping he will be a very important player for this season, especially. Actually, it was Nicky D. My bad. Oh no, actually no, it was Longo. I don't know why they focused on Nick De Leon when it was Longo with the shot, but whatever. I'm hoping Longo and Luperto will have a bigger role here because I have fear that Espindola will slowly start to decline based on his age. And Rivero gets another shot here, and it's no wonder that he's been the top goal scorer, or he was the top goal scorer last year in this FIFA 15 career mode. So it wouldn't surprise me if he got offers from Europe. And here we see a nice center ball to Morales. Morales can't get it. Matias Laba gets the ball. He passes it back to Kikuta Mane. And Mane for the center there, but unfortunately, unfortunately for me, I should say, my defender manages to take care of it. And we see here a dangerous attack here by the Vancouver Whitecaps. And here I'm going to surprise him with a counter attack here. A give and go, I guess I should say. I don't know why I was missing my soccer definition or soccer vocabulary there. And Longo gets the first goal of the season, guys. And he's going to open his MLS account, as many announcers tend to say here. If you guys ever watch MLS games, that seems to be a common phrase, an opening their MLS account. And I guess maybe haven't really been focusing too much on European soccer. I've actually managed to watch a couple of Chelsea games, and I watched a Barcelona game, and I watched a Bayern Munich game as well. And I don't know if maybe that was attributed by European announcers, but it's fairly used commonly here in the States. And that's it for the first half, guys. 1-0 so far. And although I am winning, I can tell you guys for a fact that it is costing me. It is a lot more difficult than what I'm used to. Previously, last season and the season before that, I typically wasn't afraid of even going down a goal because I knew somehow, some way that I would at least pull out a draw. In this case, though, I am more hesitant. I am more cautious when it comes to these counterattacks and going out and attack in general. I want to keep as much possession of the ball as I can. I'm obviously not going to have the majority of the possession. As you can see, if you guys manage to see these stats here, what a nice shot there by, I want to say Luperto or, what's his name, or Longo. But anyways, I'm obviously not going to have a majority of the possession because based on the stats of this game alone, I have 40% and the Vancouver Whitecaps have 60. And what a nice, dangerous opportunity there. Unfortunately, Halstead can't seem to hit it on target. And so while I won't outpossess the teams that I'm playing, I at least want to be smarter with the ball when I do have it. And here we go with Luperto with a nice shot there, but Kevin Alstead saves it nicely, and Kakuta Mane, or is it no, Steven Beitasher is just going to kick it out, and I believe I'm going to get a corner kick, guys. Yeah, I will get a corner, and Velarde will put the ball back in play, and we'll see here if anything comes out with it. Nope. Alstead comfortably gets it in between his hands there. And here we go with another counterattack to Michael Farfan. Farfan's on the edge of the seat here. The edge of the field, I should say. He centers the ball to Luperto. Luperto's going to kick it first time. And what a nice opportunity there. But luckily, Alstead saves the ball there. And saves the Vancouver Whitecaps from going down another goal. And here on the other side, we see that a similar situation happened on our side of the field. And so far, Kevin Alstead has been what I want to say is man of the match here. I know Longo has the shot, but so far the Vancouver Whitecaps are staying in this game due to the part of the excellent play that Alstead has been doing this game. Speaking about counterattack here, we almost get surprised there. It was a nice deflection there that basically weakened the kick. And I'm going to be an asshole and keep the ball as long as I can. Because I honestly don't give a crap if it's anti-footballistic, anti-soccer. I'm going for the win. I'm actually, oddly enough, imitating real-life DC here by not exactly playing beautifully or attractively. Although I must say that watching myself play as DC United is a little bit more entertaining than watching the real team, at least at the moment. Ben Olsen, I'm not sure what's going on with the team. They haven't been the same team that, they haven't been flashy at all this whole season. They actually have not been this hard to watch. And we see here that we get notifications from two of our Peruvian players, Atoche and Gallese, who unfortunately are not happy that the roles aren't being satisfied. And one of the main things I kind of dislike about MLS teams, which is actually a good thing in real life, but in game wise, it's not a good thing, is that they tend to have their depth players seem to be about the same level as their starting 11. Depending on which team you choose, obviously. With the Galaxy, I don't think that'd be the case, but for smaller mid-table ish, lower table teams, this does seem to be the case, because technically I have two or three possibly players who their squad roles are important roles, but obviously they won't be able to get as many minutes in the game, considering I already have a pretty stacked starting 11. Obviously Atoche is one of them, although Atoche is on the lower level of those. I can understand Gallese, because Gallese has been a beast for Peru. So far, he's been one of the main stars coming out of this World Cup qualifier. And we see here the team from the Montreal Impact. In the future, obviously, it will have Didier Drogba, which is very exciting. I did manage to watch him play. I think I mentioned it before in one of my other videos. I wasn't exactly all up in arms by his performance, but considering he's still in preseason mode, I think we should give him enough time to settle with the team and make a judgment after he gets settled in, so to speak. And so, my gripe. Oh yes, my gripe about, I guess, having players on the bench that basically have a higher role that they want to play, and that makes keeping everyone happy very, very difficult. Obviously, I've been doing a fairly good job of rotating my team, but obviously it's not enough. And here we see a interesting counterattack here, and the Wonder Kid here, Julian Green, and obviously I mean Wonder Kid in the sense that only in America would the kid be a Wonder Kid, manages to steal the ball here sneakily and put it in the back of the net for our 1-0 lead so far. And Gallese is obviously enjoying his playing time right now. And so far, I believe even like I said, the game's obviously a lot more harder now that I've bumped it up to world class. But I believe also my counterattacks themselves, my attacks, every time I go up the field, trying to get that goal, I believe I'm a little bit more flashy, so to speak. The goals seem to be better qualities. At least it's in my frank opinion. I don't know if you guys think the goals are worse, but I think the fact that the teams are harder to break down, it's forcing me to be a little bit more creative in the way I go about trying to go to goal. And typically, the plays seem to be a lot more nicer because I'm forced to make these quick decisions and basically not always finding the easiest pass, but the pass that would open up the defense from the opposing teams. And here we go with Arieta running to the ball. He's going to center it to Luperto. Luperto can't get it on frame, thanks in part to the center back there from the Montreal Impact. And that's it for the first half here, guys. And I have the lead 1-0. And so far, I've been doing really well. I've actually been surprised. I thought I was actually going to start off in the doldrums, so to speak. I was going to suffer in the beginning of the season. But so far, the beginning of the season has been fairly kind to me. And I'm going to take advantage of this and milk it as much as I can because I know at some point I'm going to hit a wall, and there is going to be a streak of games where I will play horribly and will basically drop a lot of points. So I want to take advantage of the fact that I guess these teams are in preseason, and what a nice opportunity there for Jack Mack, and that was really close, guys. I uh, was actually thinking he was going in. Uh, and here we see another counterattack by the Montreal Impact. Montreal Impact with Justin Mapp. Justin Mapp is going to find Rio Coker. Rio Coker shoots the ball, but just wide. And Rio Coker has been an interesting player. I actually don't even know what position he's playing right now because the Montreal Impact seem to put him at anywhere. One time they actually put him on right back, which was really, really interesting slash idiotic. But I think right now, actually, with the quality that Montreal has, if I'm not mistaken, he's in the bench. If any Montreal fans or any MLS fans who would know this, please let me know in the comment section. But I think he's actually been dropped to the bench now because they've managed to find better quality players that better fit. I want to say Frank Coplas, but apparently Frank Coplas has been fired. Which I don't know if I mentioned this before when we played Montreal Impact previously, and I was somewhat criticizing Coplas for it and not realizing that apparently he got fired, thanks in part to Toronto, with that horrible performance. Which, to be honest, it shouldn't. I wouldn't blame him because Toronto, when they're on, they're a very dangerous team that could challenge anyone. But I guess they were fed up with it. And actually, while I'm not a big fan of Coplas, I've mentioned that many times before. While the firing, I think, is justified, the timing is horrible. And what a nice center there to Luperto. Luperto, who came on in the second half, I believe. He's going to cut back. He's going to go for the shot. And again, just too wide. For some reason, my players don't seem to want to score, guys. Besides that one goal that we got, thanks in part to Julian Green. But anyways, like I was saying, the firing of Frank Lopez is justified. However, the timing is horrible. And the thing is, like, they're actually in the preseason, the postseason right now, and they're going to lose it because I don't think an interim coach will have enough time to get the team riled up and use his new system. And here we see that Luperto is actually going to go for the cutback, and he gets clipped by the Montreal defender. And here we have an opportunity to get another goal in and make it 2-0. And anyways, I guess while I'm waiting here for the PK, and Julian Green's going to take it because obviously the kid's been on fire. Montreal's just an interesting team just because of the total control that Joey Saputo has. I'm not exactly fond of how micromanaged the team is. I think he should just choose a coach and let the coach do his business and kind of obviously have a say here and there. But the control that Joey Saputo has, I'm not exactly a big fan or admirer of. But it's his team, so in theory, I guess he could do whatever he damn pleases. But here, and the goalkeeper doesn't even guess correctly. And 2 goals so far for Julian Green, who would also need to be one of those players that needs to have a big impact for me. And the start again here from Montreal, and I believe that will be it, guys. So far, the first 2 games, he managed to get 2 wins. So, like I said, guys, I'm going to take advantage of this as much as I can because at some point in this game, I know I'm going to hit a horrible wall and start losing. And I hope you guys bear with me for that. And I know it's going to be obviously temporary. But, anyways, here we see that our next match will be against the New England Revolution. But before I leave you guys, I have to make some certain adjustments for the squad because I believe momentarily we'll be having our first uh, World Cup qualifiers for Peru coming real soon up in this month. Anyways, guys, enjoy the last few minutes here that I'm making the adjustments. And like I said, stay tuned for the video coming out tomorrow. And peace out, guys.